Gary Vaynerchuk is a fast-talking, irreverent business guru who calls himself a serial entrepreneur.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Gary Vaynerchuk, you're the best, my friend. You're the best.
Gary Vaynerchuk, my man. How you doing, buddy?
I got a lot of history with this guy. I love this guy. You're going to love him too. For his web efforts, welcome Gary Vaynerchuk, a.k.a. Gary V of Wine Library, a.k.a. Gary V of Twitter, a.k.a. Gary V of everything.
GaryVaynerchuk.com.
How many people have heard people ask, what's the ROI of social media? Raise your hand, just curious. Every time somebody asks me that, and that gets asked of me on an everyday basis, what's the ROI of having a Twitter fan? Or, Gary, you want me to spend 10 hours a day on Twitter and Facebook? When am I gonna do my real job? What's the ROI? What's the ROI of the thank you economy? I always ask them, so people are like, well, Gary, what's the ROI of social media? I go, I don't know. What's the ROI of your mother? And I mean that, not in a bad way. What is the ROI of your best friend? What's the difference between that friend that really comes through for you and the one that doesn't? There's a lot of things you can't put black and white numbers on, especially when it's early. Remember how many people here laughed at buying Google ads or SEO or whatever else you may be doing today that is a norm in your business. There's plenty of people that didn't want to use Facebook or Twitter. Here's what's happening, my friends. Let me paint you the picture. You are in the people business. So is everybody in the world. People are now talking publicly on the web in a way that we've never seen before. Your ability to mine it with no cost, to look at the data and interact with them, is zero except the time you put into it. Once you create that emotional context, things happen. The way we're gonna be building businesses in 2015 to 2025 is the way that our grandparents built businesses in the 1930s. The way the butcher knew you came in, they knew Timmy was your son, and they're gonna cut your steak exactly like you want it, is the way it's going. We just lived through the big box era. If you know business, you know it goes up and down. We are going to that place. I know so much about my customer today, it is unbelievable. And if I put the effort and allocate the funds towards executing against it, we're gonna win. I spent millions in traditional, hundreds of thousands at best on my personal brand and this new last 5 years of marketing for Wine Library myself, and the returns aren't even close. It's real money, it's real numbers. I'm not joking on theory here. This is real execution, this is happening on a daily basis, and it is the reality. And let me tell you something right now. If you want to sell something in 2012, you need to be on social media and the web in the way it looks today, period, end of story. It's going to be difficult to break through, and it is my belief that we're dawning an age where the only thing that's going to break through is quality intent, actually caring about the end user. And you know why? Because it's scalable for the first time. 1998, I email Wine Library's database and say, today we are offering free shipping on winelibrary.com. We were a $4 million business. It is still today the biggest day in sales in Wine Library history, even though we are a $60 million business. People lost their mind. People bought wine that day as if it had the cure inside. Because they'd never seen free shipping before. One guy left a note saying, I'm buying this wine for my daughter's wedding. Thank you so much. Me living in the thank you economy 12 years ago, not realizing I was living in it, decided to email the gentleman and say, thank you so much, congratulations. You know, when's the date? He says, no, Gary, my daughter's 12, but this is a great deal. The radio industry lived for the last 70 years on advertising in time slots when mom was going to shop. Tide and cereal brands and soda brands would pay a lot of money because mom would go in the car, she would drive, and if she heard that Tide ad, that would get her to buy in the store. Today, and the future mom is gonna go into the store, she's gonna check in on a check-in device, you know, whether it's Foursquare, Gowalla, or something else, or the store's gonna have a mobile deal that's gonna text her the second she comes in. To make a decision of purchase at point of purchase is unbelievably powerful. My friends, for the next 5 years, if you go into the trenches of social and you go to one-on-one marketing which is very hard and scary to everybody, especially big companies, and you start making a contextual relationship with your end user or the person that can give word of mouth to another end user, you will be living through the 5-year gold rush of this system. Eventually, everything I'm telling you here today will be common marketing knowledge and the way that everybody rolls. And when everybody's nice to you, you're not gonna treat it as well. You're not gonna buy 12 cases of wine. When you tweet looking for a new home and everybody showers you with attention and effort, you won't feel the same way you do today when only 1 or 2 of you in your local area are doing that. This is the golden era of one-on-one marketing because you're gonna stand out the way the shipping offer stood out for me in 1998. And if you let it go by, you're gonna be playing catch up. You're not gonna be Amazon, you're gonna be Borders. That is just the way it's going to be. That is 100%, there's no debating it, the end, period.